What's up, guys? Welcome to NMD Canes all day. If you're rocking with the U, then you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button so you never, ever miss out on a video. Big shout out to the members of the channel. Hey, y'all been rocking with your boy, and I appreciate you signing up for the membership, supporting the channel a little bit of extra. Thank you guys so much. If you want to join the membership, click the link in the pinned comments. But let's talk about the news of the day. The news of the next couple days, and that's Kevin Steele going to Alabama. Now, if you want to see my raw, instant reaction, a little bit emotional reaction, then you need to check out the live stream, because I think we had over 200 people in the live stream. We had a good time, and I just talked about, I vented a lot, but I wanted to just break it down and give you the Cliff Note versions just in case you missed it. So Kevin Steele goes to Alabama, and my instant reaction was kind of an overall feeling of the program. And the bottom line is, I honestly believe that Mario can get this thing turned around in 3 years. I think in 3 years, Miami can make the playoffs, and not just make the playoffs like a one and done type of deal, but that being the start to getting to the top of the mountaintop. If you want to win the dance, you got to get to the dance. So I'm thinking it's going to take about 3 years for us to get to the playoffs, and then not only get there, but then that be our consistent bottom line every year, where we expect to at least make the playoffs with the new rules, with the new 12 team, or with whatever, how many ever teams are now going to be in the playoffs. So that's what I'm thinking from. And when I see that Kevin Steele's leaving, saying there's no way Miami can get on the right path to get to the mountaintop if we don't get consistency with our coordinators. If we don't get a camaraderie running the same system year after year. Now, I understand in the world of college football, coaches leave, they go, they come back, they do all that different stuff. I understand that. But I don't believe you can be a consistent winner in the college football level if you don't have a culture. To get that culture, you got to have the consistency of the coordinator. So you look at Miami, we hired Mark Richt. Mark Richt leaves after a couple years, hired Manny Diaz. So we bring in a new offensive coordinator, Dan Enos. Then we get rid of Dan Enos. Then we bring in Rhett Lashley. Then we got Manny not calling plays. Then he is calling plays. Then we fire Manny. We bring in Josh Gattis, he's fired. Then we bring in Kevin Steele, and now he's gone. I don't believe these players can truly play up to their total speed if every year they're running a new system. There was an interview done with Xavier Restrepo last year, and he said, what's one of the differences in the offenses? He said, well, I had a couple years in Rhett Lashley's offense. This new offense is new. So you're assuming that the following year, if Josh Gattis and Kevin Steele are coming back, the players are going to be just a little bit better, a little bit faster, because they know the systems. Well, Josh Gattis is fired. Whether you think he should have been, or I don't think anybody's arguing he should have been fired. And then you got Kevin Steele leaving. And just like that, Miami is looking for a new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Just like that, Miami could be bringing in two new coaches to come in and try to build the culture under the Mario Cristobal umbrella. Just like that, new systems and things like, in the new system, new sayings, all that stuff is coming in with these two new coordinators. Now, the main pushback I get is people saying Alabama just got a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Grant, what are you talking about? Georgia, they get new coordinators all the time. What are you talking about? And to that, and to the people saying that, I say this. When you look at teams like Alabama, when you look at teams like Georgia, who consistently playoff bound, they are consistent, and this is with 4 teams. They are consistently fighting for national championship. They're consistently the floor, the bottom dollar for them, and expectation-wise is making the playoffs. They already have a culture built up. They're already on the highway. So they're on the highway and they're cruising fast, and maybe something's, maybe they need to get a quick oil change. Maybe they need to get a quick tire rotation. That's not going to take them long to get that back on the road to try to get to the highway to a national championship, because they have a built-up foundation and a built-up culture. Miami, we don't have that right now. We're coming off a 5-7 season. We've changed coordinators multiple times over the past decade, over the past couple years, and we're a team that's trying to get on the highway, but somebody sold us a lemon. And now we're figuring out we got to get a transmission. And the transmission, the mechanic, he starts working on the transmission, and then we got somebody else coming in with a whole new philosophy of how to fix a transmission. It just slows the process up. I hope I explained that well. My bottom line is Kevin Steele going to Alabama. My main takeaway is I'm tired of the instability, in these next two coordinators that we hire need to be guys who, they don't got to stay at Miami forever. They just need to stay to where we can get on cruise control. Then we can start getting rid of coordinators, or coordinators can go to other jobs and stuff. And we already got the culture built. We're already on a cruise control where everything's working good, and we're just interchanging pieces. The next question is, who should we hire as defensive coordinator? And we're still asking the question, who should we hire as offensive coordinator? Well, to those people asking that, I'm just going to break it down like this. 1, I have no idea who we're going to hire. 2, nobody knows who we're going to hire. 3, the Josh Gattis and Kevin Steele was not anybody's predictions last year. So we got to, the predictions and stuff are cool, but at the bottom line, Mario thinks out of the box. Mario does what he wants to do. I trust Mario, so let's see what he does. If you're asking me who would be my slam dunk hires, in my opinion, I would say Coach Kendall as offensive coordinator and Jim Leonard as defensive coordinator. I would love them to. I feel like they would stay at Miami for a couple years and win. They would have success at Miami for a couple years. And yeah, those are 2 top coordinators, so they would be leaving after a couple years, but at least we can have them for 1 or 2, maybe even 3 years, get this program going and get us on the road. Who do I think we're going to hire? Offensive coordinator? I don't know who we're going to hire. Defensive coordinator? It just makes a lot of sense for Charlie Strong to be hired as a defensive coordinator, because we got spring practice right around the corner. We're looking for an offensive coordinator. Do we have a lot of time to do a full-fledged search? I don't know. So bring Charlie Strong in as defensive coordinator, and then you have a guy who's had experience as defensive coordinator. You have a guy who has experience as a head coach. You have a guy who's already on the staff. It just makes sense. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this whole offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator situation with Miami. What do you guys think about this situation? Let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to the members. Shout out to y'all who support the channel. Peace.